hopeless case, a lost cause. But boy, has Glenn proven his doubters wrong.
I was displaced at 12. I've watched so many children pass or end up on methadone or in jail for the rest of their lives. I just want to be a better version of myself. If I can change one life, and I have, I know I've changed a couple, you know, like, that's worth it.
Glenn Fisher's life reads like a horror story. Living on the streets at 12, lured into a homeless shelter for children and systematically preyed on by pedophiles in Sydney's King's Cross.
He opened that refuge, surrounded himself with like-minded men that did what he did and destroyed life after life.
When we first met Glenn 2 years ago, he was anxious and on edge, weighed down by years of testifying to the courts and the Wood Royal Commission into police corruption.
I said, I'd tell the world what you'd done. You told me I was a junkie, a heroin addict, I'd be dead by 21.
But Glenn is well and truly alive, making good on a promise to himself to rebuild his life.
I'm 58 in a couple of days. Like, you know, I've spent most of that in addiction, in anger, in prisons, on the streets. You know, I'm not allowing that to happen anymore.
The weight of his trauma started to lift when Glenn helped take down 3 of his abusers, seeing them convicted and behind bars.
I refuse to sit in my past. I've always had a good heart, but I've just never been able to exhibit that because I've always been so friggin' bitter about everything going on.
And what was it that clicked?
I was at the train station at Central about 11:45 at night, and as I saw these people that were homeless, and I only had $70, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to spend this $70 and go and buy people something to eat. So I did. But where it changes for me is I started to learn gratitude.
Glenn turned his pain into purpose, giving others the leg up he never had. So helping others helps you? Absolutely.
And it's an old saying in NA and AA is the best therapeutic value for an addict is another addict, and it's also we only keep what we've got by giving it away, and that rings true for me.
He's become a solo saviour, loading up his backpack with life's essentials, mostly donated by his supporters on TikTok.
Shampoo and conditioner, and then this is toothbrushes and toothpaste.
So that pack makes a huge difference to someone's life.
It does, but it's not just the pack, it's what goes with the pack, it's the relationships that I form with them, you know.
Glenn travels over an hour by train from his home in the Blue Mountains to Sydney twice a week. Walking the same streets that haunted him for so long. And along with the socks and jocks are gift cards, not huge amounts of money, but he pays for them out of his own pocket.
I'm learning as I go still, even though I grew up on the street, it's still a learning process, you know, how to interact. I got some stuff for you like usual, and gift cards as well. How's everything going for you, all right?
So far, so good. If you talk, communication, all right, okay? And then he says, oh, what can I do for you? Right? He hasn't got much.
Sydney's Wentworth Park is shelter for many of the city's homeless, but it's more than just the essentials that Glenn provides.
There's some stuff, it's got socks and jocks in there as well, razors, body wash, shampoo, conditioner.
It's also the banter and an empathetic ear. He knows exactly the demons they're battling.
Oh, this is Deb.
Hello.
This is Jono.
Hey Joe, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Just interested to see what difference it makes.
Oh, it does. It helps a lot, you know.
This man didn't want to show his face, but wanted to show his gratitude. Give me an idea of what it means to have Glenn come down every week.
It makes you feel like you're living like a normal person again, you know what I mean? Just the basic sort of things that you just let slip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means a lot to you. You get emotional talking about it. It's
it's excuse me. I didn't expect it to be so difficult.
He'd been there He knows what we're going through and that.
Yeah. And does he give you a bit of hope too about what the future might be if you look at someone like Glenn?
Yeah, anything's possible, you know.
What Glenn is doing here, week in and week out, is more than just providing the much-needed essentials. For him, it's about connection and hope. He's slept rough on these same streets. He's walked in their shoes, and he's living proof that there is a way out. So why are you doing this?
I grew up on the streets, man, and a lot of people used to walk past and say really horrible things to me. You know, like get a job, you bum, or go home to your mum. And that wasn't an option for me, you know. I dropped 13 times on the street. I should have died. And I keep thinking to myself, all my friends that did die, you know, I want to honour them. The calmness and the serenity and the peacefulness that I feel in my life now is just so different.
Glenn is a man transformed. He now hits the gym daily. He's sober, spends time with his family, and is dedicated to giving back through his new group, Leg Up. So when you get off the train, you come home after doing what you do on a regular basis, what's the feeling that you have?
Sometimes I feel frustrated. Did I do enough? Could I have said this? You know, like trying to work out what's going on. But the other one, I feel proud, and I don't think I've ever felt proud of myself ever.
And what do your kids and your family think?
I think they're proud of me for the first time in my life. You know, I've always been the problem. You know, and I know that.
Because you've got this energy about you.
You know what it is? Purpose. I feel like my whole life has been training me to do what I'm doing now. I just feel like just what I want to give people is hope and show them that there's like, don't let your past rob you, you know, of what's going on in your future. And that's what I was doing.
You're working so hard on yourself, but you're going out helping others. You know, that must just, does it sort of take you a little bit off your path at times?
There's a multitude of reasons why people are on the street. And one thing I want to make important to Australia is, like, a lot of people look down at people on the street. What I would say to them is have a look at my own story and look where I came from. My whole life I've always been Glenn the orphan, Glenn the foster kid, Glenn the one in institutions, Glenn the addict, all of that stuff. When I understood that the trauma was actually the catalyst for my drug use and my behaviours, that's when life changed.
And for the abusers who took so much of your life, what sweet revenge this must be.
Yeah, showing them that they didn't break me.
Yes.
You know, that is, and that goes to all of them. And there was a lot.
You're not broken.
No, absolutely not broken. I refuse to use that word anymore. You know, I'm a work in progress.
And a wonderful work in progress too. His good heart shines through. Glenn is an inspirational man with an inspirational story. As redemption